at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They'll run on first down. Felton. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 24, Mayfield, and his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Check. 40's mark. 40's the mark. 40's the mark.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Demetric Felton. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice throw there by Mayfield, a guy who really reemerged as the season and later the playoffs went on last year. What are defenses trying to do against him?
Well, the first thing defenses want to do is use his emotion against him because he's such a passionate player. And sometimes he comes up really hyped up, and the ball might sail a little bit early. But as the game settles in, the next part is make sure you chip away at his timing, put the pressure on him so maybe his feet don't get quite set, and then he's not able to be as accurate as he normally is. And in his 2nd year in Cleveland after 4 in Atlanta, Austin Hooper always does all he can to build some rapport with his quarterback. He did it with Baker Mayfield last year, expects it to continue to rise here in 2021.
On first down, Felton. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a give, right side. Felton. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver's offense now set to go. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fant. Bridgewater to Fant, first down Broncos.
And if Noah Fant keeps making catches like that, it might not be too long till we say he's one of the top 5 tight ends in football. When he was drafted, that was the expectation.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater, and down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Buying time to his left. Room to run past midfield. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On second down, Gordon once more. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Gordon.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
4 yards remain for second down.
Here's Bridgewater. And it's caught. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Bridgewater. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. Still 9 remaining on second down. On second and 9, Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On third down, Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. But that's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now a give right side. Felton. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
When Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Bridgewater. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Bridgewater to Sutton, 1st down, Denver.
And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Bridgewater's throw taken in here by Patrick. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground now with Gordon. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
What a banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time after the 2020 campaign.
The kick by McManus is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on first down. Felton. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield now from the 50. Open man is Higgins. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a give right side. Felton. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
But Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Felton. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I know when the highlights are replayed later, we're going to focus on the throw and the catch, aren't we? But how about the guys that allowed him all the time he wanted in the pocket? The big fellas up front. Terrific job protecting him.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Patrick. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Bridgewater on 1st down. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 36, Mayfield.
That one caught by Felton.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The former Broncos scored a touchdown for him in the Super Bowl. Malik Jackson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. To return it, here's Deontay Spencer. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this 3rd quarter of play. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The 2nd quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter. And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. To throw is Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Mayfield. That's going to be taken in by Felton. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Play fake. Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
And Bronco fans have to be so excited because Von Miller missed 2020 with an ankle injury, suffered just days before the season opener. An 8-time Pro Bowler, the all-time sack leader for the Broncos, and the active leader in the NFL. They are happy to welcome him back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll try the left side. Felton. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Working with a 2nd and 4. They go play action. Mayfield. And
And that is incomplete here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Throw left side to Higgins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Mayfield finding Odell Beckham with a touchdown pass. And the Browns have taken the lead. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. On the return is Spencer. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look porous.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Felton again.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater.
Going right back to Fant.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
It's another 1st down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
67 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, Gordon once more.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Second and 10.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Going to the air again with Mayfield.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
1st down, Mayfield. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller, his 2nd sack of the night.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to go down again. Draymond Jones, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Deontay Spencer on the return from his end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. He's got Gordon. That catch good for only a couple.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Bridgewater to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Gordon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular. Oh, my goodness, they can go all day. And in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.